Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Growing Orchids in Jamaica. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, and if you want to see more on how I grow orchids in Jamaica, please subscribe to my channel. And for my committed followers, I want to just say thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching my videos. If you want to see how I did this beautiful arrangement, please stay tuned right after this intro. Today, I will be showing you just how I decorate my orchids. And so the tools that I'm gonna be using, first of all, this is a plant that I will be wrapping. It is a Phalaenopsis orchid, which I took from my greenhouse. It has on 2 spikes. It's not a big plant, but it is indeed a nice little plant to make a nice little gift. And what I like about it is the fact that it has on 2 spikes. The first thing we are going to need, I use this leaf shine to make sure that I get off all these spots and so forth from the leaves. I use cotton to help to remove them because I really don't like to just spray the sheen on and leave it like that. So I actually clean it. I am going to be staking the blooms, and so I'm going to be using these 2 very thin bamboo stake. I could have used this one, which is a little thicker, but because the plant is so small, I opt to use these small ones. And of course, I'm going to be needing my Deco mesh for wrapping the pot. And I think because the plant is of a golden color and it's Christmas, so I will be using a gold bow on it. So the first step is to remove all these unnecessary weeds from the plant, and that's what I am doing right now to make sure that the plant is nice and clean and free from unnecessary plants or weed. So I will be removing those because the plant was in the greenhouse and I haven't really done a lot of work in the greenhouse recently, so the weeds have taken over. But of course, you have to make the plant presentable, and so I am removing those weeds from the pot, and also to remove these dead leaves. And now the weeds are removed and I can now clean the leaves of this plant. So what I will do, I will use my leaf shine, and of course you can use just about any one, and I will just spray a little on the cotton ball, and then I use that to clean the leaves. So what this does, it removes all the spots, whether it's from the fertilizer or otherwise, or the chemicals that you would have used to keep the plant healthy. How easy it is to clean the leaves. And I clean both the top and the bottom of the leaves. So I'm making sure that I clean all the leaves, but you have to be very gentle because you do not want to damage the plant any at all. And I clean both the underleaf. So the plant is now nice and clean. And the next step is to stake the plant. So I am sticking my stake in at the closest point where the spike is. Good. And there goes. And I have different clips here that I am going to be using to hold it securely in place. You could do that two different ways. You could use the wrap here and secure it at the top. Just a small piece, and place it right between the blooms just to secure the top edge of it without damaging the bloom, that is. And there it goes. And then you could use one of these little butterfly, which will add a little beauty to it as well to hold it firmly there. For the next spike, I'm going to do the same. And these small bamboo spike, I had them for quite some time. Then I'm not even sure if I'll be able to get them to bite again. Alright, and this one, because the plant is like this and I do not want to damage the plant, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stake it low and remove the top of the stake. The plant is actually pink and yellow. I'm going to use a yellow butterfly now. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the top of this stake. Right. And then I will put this just at the top of it. The next step is to get my Deco mesh. I'm going to cut the Deco mesh. This is about a half a yard, so I'm going to cut a little more than a half a yard. And usually I try to cut along the grain. Oops, there goes. And once you do that, then you're going to put your plant in the center of the mesh. Because this is a phalaenopsis and because of how the leaves grow, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the plant where the leaves are to the shorter end of the Deco mesh. And I'm going to get a bit of ribbon, which I'm going to use to hold the mesh in place. And so this is what I am doing here. Folding as I go along, folding as I go along, folding as I go along, fold as I go along. And I'm gonna now use the ribbon to make a knot around it. So I'm not gonna tie it, but while you're doing that, just ensure that you're not damaging the leaves or the bloom of the plant. Okay, so now I have it tied and folded. I have all this left. And so I'm going to now fold this. And I'm going to stick this in to make little bows around it. I'm going to fold it under. And so put this under there. And I have one little bit left here. And I'm going to do just the same. Let's show you what I do here. I just hold it and I fold it. And then I'm going to stick it in the ribbon that was tied. And look what just came out of the pot, a little tadpole. Oh my God, I'm gonna let him go free. Alrighty. Now to do a phalaenopsis can be a little challenging because of how the leaves are. But nevertheless, you can just be innovative and see what it looks like. And now I am gonna now decide where I'm gonna call the front, where I'm going to call the rear of the plant, and here as the front. And so what I'm gonna now do, I'm gonna put my bow on. So I'm gonna be using gold because the plant is gold and deep purple or deep pink, So I'm gonna get my tie bow and I'm gonna pull it back. There it goes. I'm gonna knot so that it stays in place. Good. And now I'm going to add that to the plant there. Now add that to the plant here. So I'm gonna tie it, form a knot, let it stay firmly in place. Right, and I place that more so to the front of the plant. And now for the bows, I am going to use these bows and give it a little twirly. There, that's how I get my twirly. Let me show you. There it goes. And see, that's the rear section of the plant. And this is how I decorate my plants as gifts. Now you could add other things to it if you like. You could add, like, it depends. You could add little stuff like these. You could add a little butterfly, but this would be a little too much for it because you want it to really be nice and simple. You don't want it to be overcrowded. And so this is how I decorate my plants. And so if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below. And so you never miss another one of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. And as we say in Jamaica, just follow back on me. This is the Orchid Doc, and I am growing orchids in Manchester, Jamaica.